People genuinely still are not taking this seriously enough. I'll make a longer video about this later, but for right now, this is the unraveling. This is happening in your face. Elon Musk and JD Vance are talking about getting rid of the separation of powers and impeaching federal judges. They basically don't fall in line with what they want to do. It's their whole wanting to implement their agenda with unchecked power. When Kevin Roberts said this will be bloodless as long as the left allows it, it may not have been Trump's words or JD Vance's words exactly, but Kevin Roberts, he could have been speaking for them all the fucking same. That federal judge came out and said, look, I've been doing this for fucking decades. What the Trump administration is doing right now is purely unconstitutional and unlawful, and as a federal judge, he blocked it. He's doing his job as a federal judge. And now you have not only the vice president of the country, but this motherfucker who is just becoming more and more annoying every day, Elon Musk, putting things out there talking about, well, the executive branch should have this power and judges should be impeached once a year, the bottom 1% incompetent judges. Do you see how they pervert the law? I think what really concerns me is that a lot of people are falling for it. What they want you to believe is that everything about the government is corrupt and backwards and your total enemy, so that when they go in and do whatever the fuck they want to do. Whether it's unlawful, whether it's unconstitutional, whether somebody asked for it or somebody didn't ask for it. Like, what the fuck is all this stuff about South Africa all of a sudden? That's an American interest now? You want us to believe that that's not just some bullshit that Elon Musk put in Trump's ear? I have another video about that topic specifically, but I want to try to stay on track here. They want you to believe that before they got there, that the government was your number one lifelong enemy. So that when they do all this bullshit like dismantling USAID and the Department of Education, and then all this other stuff it's to minimize the backlash. It's so that when people rebel against it and rise up against it, they're going to spin the story as, oh, y'all are against the golden age of America. Y'all are against the correct, proper government that has a faith office and tent camps for illegal immigrants that definitely aren't concentration camps, and that will ethnically cleanse Gaza and rebuild it with American-owned property for God knows fucking what. So all of these inhumane atrocities that they have planned, when you rebel and you speak against it, they want to try to control the history books to make it seem like you're the one that's going against the government. That is the exact type of poison that Hitler used to take over Germany. No sitting president has ever gone to the Super Bowl. Trump is going and he's making it a big deal. Hitler went to the Olympics and he made it a big deal. Like, you can't call somebody a conspiracy theorist when there are such blatant similarities in Nazi Germany and what's going on now and the process to which Germany became Nazi Germany. When there are this evidence, all this fucking right in your face evidence. You can't call somebody a conspiracy theorist when we make these ties and we connect these dots. It's serious. It's dangerous. You should be paying attention. You should be talking to your neighbors about it. It's here. They are on some whether America likes it or not, our agenda is getting implemented. And the minorities and the people of color and the disabled and the mentally challenged and some of the women in this country, y'all are not in their ultimate plans. Y'all are the ones they could not give a fuck about. I know there are other things going on in the world right now. We got the Chiefs versus the Eagles. Your new TV show might be about to drop another season. Your child might have a big game 2 weeks from now. I understand there are other things in the world going on other than politics. But to me, this is way more than just politics. This is some shit to where when we have a 2028 election, I think it'll be just for fucking show, because they'll already have the system so rigged that they know that they'll just win election after election after election, because an administration that calls the government corrupt and blames everything else on the other party or people that don't disagree with it. And Trump always calls fake news and propaganda simply because people don't agree with him. He called a bishop. He talked shit about a bishop that asked him to have mercy. That's how bad it is. But for some reason, Trump supporters, instead of asking themselves, wow, the only media sources that Trump approves of are the ones that speak positively of him, I should probably question that. Instead of them having that general awareness, instead they're on the other end where they believe that any media source, no matter who it is, whenever it's something negative about Donald Trump, that's the enemy. And that is a dangerous level of brainwashing. When you think that any type of news that is negative about a person that you approve of has to be fake, that is dangerous. And it's here. And I don't think enough people are scared enough. I know you think that, oh, this is America, land of the free, home of the brave. All the battles have been fought. We have a democracy. They've already had the Civil War and the American Revolution and the Civil Rights Movement. We got the best of it all. We were born after all the battles. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Kristi Noem wants to talk about how we can't trust the government anymore. We should have lost faith in the government when they allowed Trump to run for a second time. Or honestly, way before that. How does it take 4 years to convict somebody of 34 felonies? And then y'all want to try to sentence him just before the election? Like this is just some soap opera y'all get to play around with? What the fuck is that? That insurrection, that non-peaceful transfer of power, that was in 2020, bro. And we're talking about a justice system that can't even convict a person over the course of 4 years and then allow him back into the Oval Office. So in that aspect, I can say, yeah, the government needs a lot of fucking work. The justice system needs a lot of fucking work, but not in the sense that they're trying to convey it to y'all. Not in the way that they're trying to get y'all to hop on board with. If I owned a home and my washer stopped working, or my dryer stopped working, or my fridge stopped working, or something happened, I'm going to address that specific problem. I'm not going to burn the whole fucking house down and then say I'm going to rebuild the golden age of home ownership. Like, the government has always needed work, but you don't just take the entire system and rip it out of the fucking ground and shit on it. The White House does not need a faith office. We do not need Elon Musk going through every corner of the government data to find billions and billions of dollars. Let me put it this way. The same motherfucker that had access to them voting computers now has access to everything government related. And you think we're going to have a free and fair election in 2028? This shit is real. They're taking over the government in real time. And when federal judges try to stop it, they call for those federal judges to be impeached. And they call them unlawful.